I don't need any notes for Ray Honey because I vividly remember all the things that Ray did here as an athlete. He was an outstanding football player. You know, I knew we had, all the Honey Boys were outstanding football players, but Ray, I guess, took it to a level higher than the other boys, and all four boys played university football in Canada, but Ray took it to a higher level by becoming one of the, I think he was the second student that ever received a football scholarship to a United States university, Drake University in Des Moines, Iowa. And I can remember the night that the coach, we put feelers out on, the coach from Michigan State came here, a winter night. One of the things they always want to do in football to see whether you have the talent to play at that high level of U.S. college football is to test you on a 40, at that time it was 40-yard sprint, not meters, 40-yard sprint. And the only place we had to run it, and I can remember this, it was during the week on a night around 7:30, 8 o'clock at night, that's when the Michigan coach came in. We took him to the upstairs hall and we timed him up on it to razz the floor. And I can remember him just blowing away the Michigan coach because he ran it under 5 seconds. To this I can't remember whether it's 4.7 or 4.9. But to give you a comparison, the fastest running backs in the NFL run it in 4.3. And here's Ray at that time, I guess he was about 240 pounds. I never knew him when he wasn't 240 pounds. He just blew this guy away. In the end, he decided to go to Drake. From Drake University, he ended up in Winnipeg. And he was out in Winnipeg during the big years of, anybody who knows football, Dieter Brock, who set passing records. And Ray was an offensive tackle. And that played a big part in Dieter Brock breaking all the CFL passing records. From there, I believe he went to Ottawa. Was it Ottawa first? And then ended up with the Montreal and Ticats. I can remember Ray also at a 7-a-side rugby championship game for the Ontario title out in Guelph, and they lost in 3 overtimes. And Ray, this big guy of 240 pounds in 7-a-side rugby is unheard of because it's a speed game, but there was Ray just out there, outstanding athlete. And Ray is a member of a family that's very dear to the people here at King City, and at this point I call upon Jeff Hunt.
Hi, well, I'm very pleased to accept this award on behalf of my brother Ray. Actually, I share many of the same memories as Ed just recounted of Ray, except for the memory of when he was ever 240 pounds. He's always been bigger than that. Ray is a tremendous athlete. Were he here, I'm sure the first thing that he would comment on is something that Rick Hampton alluded to, and that's simply that one doesn't get to the levels of achievement that they have without a lot of help in behind. And in particular here, I'm sure he'd like to acknowledge Ed Sargenson's efforts because Ed certainly honed his athletic skills and certainly advocated on his behalf in getting him the scholarship, and that led to Ray's career. So certainly nobody does it on their own, and he'd be appreciative for all the experiences he had at the high school and certainly the assistance he had from Ed. I think perhaps something else that's telling is he regrets not being here this morning, and again, it's because he's at work, and that's where Cindy was. So I think maybe we can all learn that in order to achieve these higher levels of success, a strong work ethic is certainly a foundation. And it also explains why I had nothing better to do than I could have done the whole flattered, he's honored, and he again thanks the committee, and thank you on Ray's behalf.